Mr. Ziegler, Mr. Shapley, were you able to pursue this investigation in areas that may implicate the president's involvement in his family's businesses?
We were hindered from following that line of investigative steps.
Would you echo that, Mr. Ziegler?
Yeah, specifically in my testimony, I referenced the campaign.
In 2020, President Biden, candidate Biden at the time, said during a debate, and I'm going to quote, "My son has not made any money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China? I have not had, the only guy who made money from China is this guy, Donald Trump. He's the only one. Nobody else has made any money from China." Mr. Ziegler, was the president telling the truth when he said that his son, Hunter Biden, had not made any money from China?
So I don't know what the president at the time was thinking, but what I can tell you based on what I testified in my transcript, that he did earn money from China.
Right, and in March of 2023, just a couple months ago, the committee showed through bank records that Hunter Biden, the president's son, James Biden, Hallie Biden, all received money originating from China, funneled through Robinson Walker LLC, a company owned by Rob Walker, who's a well-known Biden associate. When presented with this evidence by a reporter, the president said, "That's not true." Mr. Ziegler, is it true that the president's family received money originating from China, which was funneled through the Robinson Walker account?
That is correct.
As it pertains to the Hunter Biden investigation, Mr. Shapley, you sat on a meeting on October 7th, 2022 with Mr. Weiss. You've testified to that, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And later this year, on June 7th, Mr. Weiss publicly stated in a letter to the Judiciary Committee the following, quote, "As the Attorney General has stated, I have been granted ultimate authority over this matter, including responsibility for deciding where, when, and whether to file charges," end quote. That statement is dramatically inconsistent with your recollection of a meeting that happened in October of 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, it corroborated documentation of that meeting clearly shows that that's not accurate.
How is that not accurate from your recollection of that meeting?
Because during that meeting, United States Attorney Weiss said that he wasn't a deciding person, said it right out, and he further went in that the Department of Justice Tax Division had to approve any charges first, to which, as of March 16th, 2023, we know that they had not approved anything yet. He further goes and says the DC U.S. Attorney had declined to allow charges to be brought there, and that he requested special counsel authority around that time and was denied and was told to follow the process. That process would lead him to another President Biden-appointed U.S. Attorney in the Central District of California, and he told us at that meeting on October 7, 2022, that if California declined it, that he would have to request those special authority again.
Right, so during that meeting and in subsequent letters that Mr. Weiss produced to both Senator Graham and to the Judiciary Committee, he seems to corroborate that meeting or some of the facts from that meeting that maybe he didn't have that authority, right?
So, yes, the second letter on June 30th clearly shows that he's saying that he has full authority, he has ultimate authority.
Right.
He immediately goes in and says that, but my authority is geographically limited. I don't understand how you can conclude any way from that statement in the June 30th letter that he has full authority.
Correct.
It's just simply not accurate.
Correct, and that was something that you saw early on, or y'all saw as a potential problem. Mr. Ziegler, if the U.S. Attorney Weiss could not gain special counsel authority, what options remained in bringing charges against Hunter Biden in California or in the District of Columbia?
So I guess it would have been the special attorney authority that I've seen recently referenced. But I mean, essentially when DC said no, and we know that DC said no, we were having conversations with our FBI counterparts of how do we bring in a special counsel into this situation. I think that once we knew that there was going to be potential problems with going to President Biden appointees, with moving this case forward, we were actively trying to figure out how as agents do we get that to happen. And still to this day, there is not a special counsel assigned to this investigation.
Right, so the approach was, and I got to go quickly here, but the approach was to go to D.C. With Matthew Graves, where He was not able to bring charges under a Biden appointee. He went to the Central District of California. Mr. Estrada was not able to bring charges. So to both of you, in conclusion, in relation to the U.S. Attorney's inability to obtain that special counsel authority and bring these cases in either California or D.C., do you agree with Attorney General Garland's testimony that, quote, the United States Attorney Weiss has been advised that he has full authority to bring cases in other districts if he needs to do that?
I don't believe that's accurate.
And I think the key word there is he has, and I don't think that that's accurate, and I think that that's refuted in the later letter by U.S. Attorney David Weiss.
Thank you both. In conclusion, thank you both for being here, for your bravery in testifying today. I know it's not been easy on you or your family, but the American people and this committee appreciate the work that you do, that you continue to do, and the truth that you're shedding light on.